Walk us through. Like, what was going through your head?
Oh man, when I went out there, like first off, let me just say like the roar that I got from that crowd, I had no clue it was gonna be that big. I knew it was gonna be a roar, but I could literally feel like the vibrations through my body as they were roaring, and I'm just like in my head, I'm like, all of this is for me, little old me. Like I love you, Rochester, but dang, I didn't know y'all was gonna come out like this. So it's just I'll be dreaming about this night for the next couple of weeks.
Hugging your mom, getting to see her in the crowd. You had the whole section, I felt like, right in the front. What was that like?
Oh, that was quite the moment. You know, when I went over to hug my mom, she just hugged me. She said, "I love you. You made me proud once again." And I almost started crying. I just told her I love you. This is only the beginning. You know, I just moved her. She just quit her job, and I had her move down to Florida with me. And you know, so I'm on cloud nine. She's on cloud nine. It's great. God is good.
Heading into the third round, how did you feel those final seconds when you knew it was going to a decision? How did you feel?
I knew I won because I knew I was winning and everything, and going into that, like the last bit, and I hurt my elbow a lot, and I'm just like, when I first hurt my elbow and like it was halfway through the third, I kind of thought I had broken. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, just get through the round. I don't care if my arm falls off. Just get through this round. You won, you know, secure the win. And those last 10 seconds, it looked like I was running away, but I was just so happy. I was just like, yo, just get away from me, guy. Get away. I won. Just get away from me. I just wanted to finish it out. And, yeah, man, it was great. Like, I can't even – this is like one of the top 3 moments of my life.
Des, state championship win in wrestling in 2007, win here at UFC, Rochester. Where do you rank the two?
Up until tonight, that '07 state win was the best moment of my life, and tonight it definitely topped it, man. It definitely topped it.
So is it safe to say this is the funnest part you've been a fight of, considering you finally got to have your homecoming, especially in the UFC?
Oh yeah, definitely, man, definitely. This is probably the highest high I've been, and you know, I wish I could just pause this moment kind of forever and just live in this moment. Like I'm on such a high, like nothing could bring it down, and like I said, I can't even fathom like what just happened. I'm gonna go back in the locker room probably, put my hands in my head and just pray and thank God again for this victory.
What are your thoughts of all this media turnout? Have you seen this many cameras before?
Oh man, no, and I love it. I love the camera. You know, it's just crazy. Like it's still, you know, it took me 5 years to get to the UFC. I had almost 25 fights before I got to the UFC. That's some guy's career. But, you know, not once was I discouraged, you know what I mean? Like last year was one of the roughest years inside and outside of the octagon of my life, you know, with my manager dying, the car accident I got in, I lost 2 fights in a row, you know. But, you know, I stayed faithful and, you know, I got rewarded for it. So it's just great.
Talk a little bit about Charles Jourdain. I mean, he's not a guy who a lot of UFC fans necessarily know, but he was a double champ outside the promotion. He really did kind of push tonight.
Yeah, man, hats off to Charles. You know, I didn't take him lightly at all, but I will say he bought a lot more than I thought he would bring. You know, I was hitting him with some hard shots, and, you know, he never backed down. He was always moving forward. He had a gas tank on him. I knew his wrestling was his weak point, but it was stronger than I thought it was. You know, I took him down, and he didn't concede to the takedowns. He was throwing up submissions, getting out, giving me his back and getting out. You know, hats off to him. And he's light for 155. You know, he's going to be going back down to 45, I heard, and I really think he's going to have success there. You know, hats off to Charles. Thanks for taking this fight. Without him, I wouldn't be able to fight in Rochester. So, you know, hats off to Charles again.
What's the best part about being home?
Best part about being home is what's about to happen tonight. I'm gonna go out. We're gonna be celebrating, popping bottles, kissing my cousins, my family members, people that's not my cousin that's still saying they're my cousins. Everybody's my family tonight. I just love being able to celebrate and bring it home with the people that I grew up with. You know, I got my high school coach. Everybody, like, you know, kids from elementary school reaching out to me. It's just one of the EMTs was like, yo, I graduated Rush Henrietta in 11. We're proud of you. It's like feeling that, like, you know, I was able to give them joy.
This is a win for you, but it's also a win for the sport. What do you hope you showed Rochester what MMA is all about?
I hope I showed them that, you know, like, kids could dream, you know. Like, in Rochester, we only have a couple professional athletes. I'm one of the only, like, people actually from Rochester to make it to the UFC, and you know, so I hope more kids do it. You know, I hope more kids jump into the sport. You know, it's an ever-growing sport. And like you said, it's not just a win for me; it's a win for the sport. It's a win for the city. You know, we're able to bring so much revenue here. I heard we're almost selling out the Blue Cross, so you know, I just hope that I could bring them back there, and you know, I get to headline the event or at least main card it.
So much work going into you being here tonight, having the crowd erupt after they named you the winner. What was that experience like?
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. When I first stepped into the ring and they were screaming, my heart started beating fast. I was actually already in the fight. I had to tell myself like, yo, control yourself. Like, you haven't even started fighting yet, and you're beating and you're getting all uppity. So I had to, just home it in. But it also helped motivate me. I'm like, this crowd is loud. If you lose, it's gonna get quiet real quick. This after party won't be too fun. So, it just really reiterated like that I had to win. I had to, do the job first.
Before the start of the third round, we saw you kind of look to your mom. What do you think she was trying to tell you?
She's trying to tell me to focus up, bring it home. She's always like, finish what you started. That's one of her favorite phrases. So, when I looked at her, it was just like, I got that much more confidence. Nobody wants to lose in front of their mom. Some people don't even like their mom to be there, but like, she's my best friend. Like, she literally is my best friend. She's like my biggest fan. So, being able to lock eyes with her in that third, it gave me that much more energy.
Could you hear her? She was right behind us.
Oh, I heard her. I heard her 100%. I even heard her like throughout the fight as we were going. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I got you, mama. I got you. Don't worry. I'm gonna bring it home.
When we talked to you on Wednesday, you said the post-game plan was to get a garbage plate.
Yeah.
How you feeling? Still set?
Oh,
still on the
for
agenda?
sure, 100%. I'm going to Nick Tahoe tomorrow. I cannot wait. I got a couple of my teammates, Vicente Luque and Gilbert, who's cornering him. I actually showed them a picture of the garbage plate last week when we were in Florida, and they're like, ew, what is that? I'm like, watch your mouth. Don't say ew. I don't want to hear it until you try it. So I'm going to bring them to Tahoe tomorrow, and we'll see how they like it.
How's the elbow?
That was good, man. I think I just hyperextended it. It's hurting more and more the more my adrenaline is going down. So I'm pretty sure tonight it's going to be sore a lot. I'll go get an MRI on it. But, that my arm could fall off. I'm going hard tonight.
What's next for you?
How many Zenzu beans tonight did you use? Dragon Ball Z reference. Right?
Oh, man, a whole lot of them, man. I had the energy. I had energy for days. We could have went 3-4 more rounds, man.
What's next for you?
What's next? I want to get right back to the drawing board. I wasn't, not to take anything away from Charles, but I wasn't completely happy with my performance. I wanted to finish. I felt like I could have did more, and I underestimated with fighting at home. My coach told me, like, it's different. I'm like, no, I'm at home. It's good. But, it was a little bit draining going out there and, like, hearing the crowd. And I'm like, I got so hyped up on it. Normally I'm just calm and I attack more, but a lot of times when I was out there, I'm like, don't make a mistake, don't make a mistake. And especially seeing my teammate kind of get knocked out right before me, it kind of made me real hesitant to shoot in. So, I had takedowns, but I could have had a lot more, and I could have been a lot more aggressive. But, it's just something, back to the drawing board. I had a good fight, nothing to take away from my win. But, it's back to the drawing board, and I'm trying to get another fight in the next 3 months.
You've talked a couple of times about your teammates on this card, obviously Hard Knocks 365. Talk about that gym and what it's done for your game.
Oh man, it's brought my game to many different levels. We got some of the best guys at our gym. We got a world champion, Kamaru Usman. We got Gilbert Durinho, who's on a tear. We have Rashad and Rumble Johnson, who just retired. They still come in and help us. Rashad's here. He was helping us warm up earlier this week. You know what I mean? We got Luque, Vicente. We got Nick Lentz. We got Robbie Lawler. The list goes on. Like, we got about 15 solid guys. So, and we all push each other. It's like sparring days in that room, you can sell tickets to. So being down there, it's really helped a lot. And, also I just started working with a new Muay Thai coach, Gregory Choplin, and he's really brought my game to different levels. So, between Hard Knocks and, me working out with Gregory, the sky's the limit for me, I feel like.
Saying you want to get back in there in the next few months, is there a certain card that piques your interest?
No, not really. Honestly, any card and any opponent that gets me closer to the top, I do know they're going to Australia, I think in like October or something. I've always wanted to see a kangaroo. I don't know, I have a thing for kangaroos. I always wanted to see one. So, Sean Shelby, thanks for putting me on this card. If you want to put me on an Australia card, bro, I'll be more than happy to go out there and perform.